Good evening. Welcome to our November event of This is Plexus. My name is Diamond Suzanne Clinton, and I am so thrilled to have so many of you on here tonight. Okay, just want to make sure it was on. It's not showing. Okay, there we go. So thrilled to have you guys on here tonight. We are kicking off our new series of This is Plexus event. This is our very first one that we're doing called This is Plexus. And so we are thrilled to have you guys taking out some time out of your evening just to be with us and to join us. Hopefully you're sitting in the comfort of your own home. That's the beauty of online events, is you can sit on your couch, you can sit, listen from your phone or anywhere, and I hope you're comfortable and just sit back for just a little bit and listen to some of our stories. If this is your very first time to hear anything about Plexus, just know that we are everyday, ordinary people that have had remarkable results with some of these products or a business opportunity that's outstanding. You know, our desire tonight is to inspire you with a few real stories that hopefully you can relate to, might be impactful for you, might connect with you, or maybe someone you know has a same experience as some of these ladies that are about to share, that you can share with them as well to help them. By hearing a few of our stories, we hope that you can get back with the person that invited you and talk to them about how to get involved and how to get some of our products, and hopefully it can help you health-wise or financially. We have both of those opportunities that we're excited about. Okay, so I'm going to get started with our very first story from Jessica Layton. And actually, real quick before Jessica starts, she's an ambassador, and I actually heard about her story from a good friend of mine who's not involved with Plexus, but she told me, she said, you have got to meet Jessica and you've got to hear her story. If I was her, I would be telling every person I know about what Plexus has done for her. So I'm super excited to get her to share herself. And without further ado, Jessica, why don't you go ahead and take it away?
Okay. So, hi, I'm Jessica, and I started Plexus in January of 2017, and I just had about 6 or 7 years, at least, well, a little longer, of just different health issues, ranging from hypertension to hypothyroidism to eczema, and then I ultimately got diagnosed with PCOS. And so I've had high blood pressure since I was in high school, and it was completely unexplained. And I've been to many doctors and no one knows why. And so for a while I just tried to manage it. And then about 4 years ago, I had to go to the emergency room because my blood pressure was like 200 over 115 or something, just insane. And my husband and I felt weird. We were in church and I felt weird, and we literally went to Walmart and checked my blood pressure at Walmart and went straight to the emergency room. And when I was there, they told me I wasn't allowed to leave because I would likely have a stroke or a heart attack if they didn't get me on medication immediately. So from then on, about 4 years ago, I've been on medication since then. And so that's just one of the things that I was kind of dealing with, and it was like really hard because I just was like, I'm, you know, in my early 20s, why am I struggling with this? And but I stayed on medication because I wanted to live. So then I started getting these sores on my hands. I had eczema. Or I was diagnosed with eczema, and the doctor just told me, hey, you're going to have it the rest of your life, and you're just going to have to manage it. And I'm sorry, there's nothing we can do for you. And so that was another just difficult thing to deal with, kind of small thing, but I just remember like just crying, wanting like normal hands. And I would talk to my husband and just be like, I just want normal hands. And it was just like such a strange thing to not be able to have, just hands that didn't itch like crazy and have open sores on them and get infected. My hands were constantly infected. And so that was one thing I was dealing with. And then let's see. Then 2 years ago, I was diagnosed with hypothyroidism, which runs in my family. Diabetes also runs in my family. Not diabetic yet, but and so I was put on medication for that to manage that. So all this has happened in the span of like 6 years. I was just told, like, you're just gonna have to manage these things. No cure for anything. And so in 2017, January, I finally was like, I told my husband, like, we need to pay this $40 and I need to start doing these products. I had tried them before and it made a huge difference. And so I wanted to do them consistently. And I told him I'd try it for at least a year and see if it made a difference in my life. And if it did, then we would figure out how to pay for it and all that stuff. And so I started seeing results almost immediately. Like within 2 months, my hands were normal for the first time in 4 to 6 years. They were getting normal, and I don't know if you can see, they're completely healed now. Every once in a while, I kind of have a little flare up, but I used to have just cracked and open sores all over the palms of my hands, and I couldn't do hardly anything with them. It was extremely painful. Then fast forward a little bit, I was diagnosed with PCOS in spring of 2017. So I had started Plexus and was given that diagnosis, and they told me, when you want to have kids, come back. And my doctor told me, come back and we will start fertility treatments, but there's no guarantees. Just know that, going into it, don't just expect to get pregnant. And so after that, I was pretty discouraged, but I'd only been on Plexus for a few months. So I kind of was like, I'm going to keep focusing on my health and trying to get better and be consistent with these products. And so 6 months later, I found out I was pregnant, and I got pregnant naturally. No fertility treatments at all. And I went to the doctor and told her, and all she could say was just, wow, well, nothing is impossible. I mean, this is amazing. And so it was just a really cool thing. So my son is 5 months old now. I did Plexus my entire pregnancy, and I had a very healthy pregnancy. And I actually, with PCOS, you're more inclined to get things like gestational diabetes and just struggle with things like that during your pregnancy and weight gain and all that stuff. I only gained a total of 14 pounds my entire pregnancy, and I didn't get gestational diabetes. I have friends with PCOS that did get it, and my levels were perfect my entire pregnancy. And then I still do Plexus now with breastfeeding and everything, and I have an incredibly healthy baby. I mean, people look at him and they're like, wow, like he's so healthy and stuff. So it's just been really, really cool. I really believe in these products. They've given me my energy back. My health, like really, I just feel like myself again for the first time in years. And so I'm just so, so thankful that I decided to try it and give it a year. So it's been, we're coming up on 2 years, I guess. But my husband just fully believes in it. We fully make it work. We make sure that I get these products and consistently take them. And so it's just been a really, really cool experience, and I'm so thankful.
Jessica, sorry to interrupt really quick. Can you tell us what products you are actually taking?
Yes. So I just do the full triplex. I do the BioCleanse and the probiotic and the pink drink. So those are the ones that I've always done consistently. And I tell people when they ask me about it, I was like, I will always do these 3 products for my entire life. I'll vary with other things, but no matter what, I will take these 3 products. So
awesome. Okay, awesome. Thank you for sharing, Jessica. Okay, now we have Emerald and Reese. She is going to share her amazing health story as well.
Hi, everybody. How are y'all tonight? So I started about 5 years ago in August, and basically joined Plexus because my friend told me to, and we were just going to try to lose some weight because that's what we all do, right? We think everything would be fine if we just lost a little weight. So I actually started with the Slim and the Accelerator. But here's what I found. I was actually at that time, let's see, I was 52, and I was a complete hot mess. So had already gone through the change of life, was really overweight, had lots of inflammation, had anxiety and depression that I had really had my whole entire life. And I was not able to sleep. So I was on medication for my anxiety. I was on medication for sleep. And my doctor actually told me I would never get off of those. And I still wasn't sleeping well. So I was that definition of a real hot mess, right? But so I started out with the Slim and the Accelerator. And literally within a couple of weeks, maybe 2-3 weeks, I realized that I was sleeping fantastically and that I was waking up with all of this incredible, amazing energy. Well, when you have energy, guys, you can accomplish more things, right? So you can actually work out. You actually feel like eating better, right? Prepping meals and things. So if you're not sleeping well, that's really could be one of those underlying things that's hurting your overall health. So that was the first thing I noticed. And then about 6 weeks into my Plexus journey, I discovered ProBio 5 and BioCleanse. 5.5 years ago, we didn't sell them as a combo. We didn't even have the triplex. We had the products, we just didn't have the name. So when I discovered the BioCleanse and the ProBio 5, I started with those. And this is incredible. The weight started dropping off of me. And guess what, guys? In about 5 months after I started the Slim and the Accelerator, and then adding the ProBio 5 and BioCleanse, I was able to get off of my medications. Now, just a little side note, I did it under my doctor's supervision, and I was able to titrate those down. So January of this year, it will be 5 years since I've had any medications, and I'm now 57.5 years old. So the next product that I added was the X Factor vitamin, just the regular X Factor. And this product, I think, really and truly helped just restore my health. So about a year after I started my Plexus, I went and saw my, just had a checkup, and the doctor did all the lab work, and he was absolutely astounded. He said that I had the blood work of a healthy 20-something-year-old, which I was pretty happy with that. I continued to lose weight. I have added in the Mega X because that's just a great plant-based omega product. And I always had trouble with the fish, the omega products from fish, because I would get like burpee, you know, kind of the reflux and the burps, but I don't get that with the plant-based omegas and Mega X. And another product I just want to tell y'all real quickly about is Nerve. I had a lot of nerve pain in my feet, a couple of different conditions, and I've been using that product now for a little over 4.5 years, and that helps me be able to get up and go exercise because I can actually be on my feet. So overall, I would have to say that these products have been life-changing for me. They helped me sleep. I still have amazing sleep. They helped get rid of my anxiety and my depression. The Mega X and the X Factor Plus have just helped with overall health. And just like Jessica, I was having some issues with a hypothyroid. My hair was starting to fall out. You know, I just was, you know, just kind of icky. And I really believe that these products have helped not only restore my health, restore my vitality and my youth, but my hair is nice and thick again. And I mean, I just feel fantastic. And I'm a grandmother now, and I love the fact that I have lots of great energy to spend with my little 14-month-old grandson. So now I would like to introduce to you guys Senior Gold Ambassador Sarah Dickens.
Hello, everyone. I'm Sarah. I hope y'all are having a great night. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am excited to share a different aspect of my Plexus journey with you guys, and that is the business side. I talk all the time about my health journey and all of the great things that Plexus products have done for my health, for my family's health, for my husband, my kids, but very rarely have I actually talked about my business journey. So that's what I'm going to talk to you about tonight, a little bit about me. I am a senior gold ambassador. I live in Atlanta, Georgia. I am married to Jamie, and he is a youth pastor. He's been a youth pastor at our church for 10 years. And we have almost 4 kids. I have a 4-year-old, a 3-year-old, a 1.5-year-old, and I'm about 8 weeks away from having our 4th. So I can't really like talk and breathe at the same time. So if I feel like out of breath, that is why, because I'm super pregnant. But when I started on Plexus, my daughter was just born. So that was child number 2. And I wanted to see if the products would help with my milk supply and just some other things that I had going on, but mostly my milk supply. So I gave it about 5 months. I saw remarkable results. And I just looked at my husband and I was like, I feel like I should be sharing this. I'm talking about it all the time anyway. I just feel like I should try this. And so January of 2016, I signed up to be an ambassador, and I really have never looked back. I will tell you that when I started, I had 2 big goals in mind. One was I was going to do this for 2 years. That was a huge goal that I had. I didn't have like rose-colored glasses on that thought, oh, you know, I'm just going to like be a bajillionaire in 3 months. I knew it would take time. And so I was willing to do that. So I said, I'm going to give this thing 2 years. And then my second goal was that I wanted to make about $1,000 a month. Before I resigned from my job, which happened about 3 months after I joined Plexus, I worked full-time at our church as well, where my husband works, and did children's ministry. I was there for 8 years. And y'all, I loved my job. So I know that a lot of people are like, oh, don't you want to get out of your job and do something else? I didn't. I loved my job. But I did feel like the Lord was saying, you have been doing full-time ministry for majority, if not all of your adult life. Now it's time for you to do ministry with your family. I had 2 little ones at home at the time. I missed my son's first steps because he was at school and I was at work, and it was horrible. And I just didn't want that to happen again. And so God gave us the opportunity to take a step of faith, which it was, and resign from my job for me to stay home with my kids. And so my goal was to make $1,000 a month. That's all I wanted. It was roughly what I was bringing home after childcare from the church anyway. And so I was like, this is what I want to do. 2 years, $1,000. Those are my goals for my business. So within 12 months, I was blessed to hit that goal and have not looked back. And I am just so thankful for the opportunity that this business has given our family. My husband, he is a pastor. He travels. And I get to now be full-time stay-at-home mom. I get to support him in his ministry. He never has to worry about what the kids are doing because I'm taking care of that aspect of our life. And it's just a huge, huge blessing for us. I did want to tell you, a few people have asked, so practically speaking, how much do you work and what do you do during those work hours? So I would say on average, I work about 10 hours a week, maybe a little bit more depending. Those hours are taken up with, I have team calls, I have team video chats, I have time that I get to pour into and support and encourage the people that are under me, that I get to just help lead them and encourage them, answer questions. You earn while you learn. So all of the people that are signing, they have lots of different questions. And now I have the privilege of being able to walk with them to answer those questions. One of my favorite quotes when I started this is that you are in this business for yourself, but not by yourself. And it is so true. Y'all, my team lives in Northwestern Arkansas. Shout out, guys. Hey, I know you can't really see me, or I can't see you. But y'all, I've never even been to Arkansas. I live in Atlanta, but this business has just connected me to some women that love me and encourage me and support me and pray for me. And I just am so connected to them. It's a huge, huge deal. So I'm grateful that it's not just something that I'm doing all by myself. I do time blocking. So if you're thinking, oh my goodness, you have 3 little children. Yes, I do have 3 little children, but they nap every day. And so during nap time, I can knock out my hours. I can knock out messaging people and answering questions that people have from my Insta stories or my Facebook posts or whatever. And so I'm just really intentional with my time. And that is, I think, why this business has been able to be so successful for me. My biggest encouragement is if you're thinking, okay, I kind of feel a little bit interested in this, just dream for like just a second. What could $300 do for your family? What could $800? What could $3,000 a month do for your family? What kind of difference could you make with giving, with saving, with vacationing, with experiences for your family? We're just getting into the whole like school world. And so like just dream big about what you could do with some additional income that you make from home, and know that you are surrounded by and being led by people who want you to succeed. This is the most amazing company, and every single person that I've met in it is just for you and wants you to win. And so I'm very grateful for that. I would highly encourage you to check it out and just jump in, take a leap of faith, and see what happens. So thanks for letting me share tonight.
Fantastic. Thank you, Sarah. And thank you to Jessica, Anne, and all 3 of you did a wonderful, wonderful job. These are such incredible stories of just healing, of restoration, of life change. And once again, I just want to thank you guys all for taking out of your time out of our election night, taking a few minutes away from the television possibly, and joining us. And I just want to let you know that I firmly believe that you are here for a reason. You have jumped on this call, whether someone invited you or maybe you just saw this link somewhere and you wanted to just check us out. I firmly believe that there's just a reason for that. And so I encourage you to get back with the person that invited you. Like Sarah said, we are just a great company. There's some wonderful, wonderful people. We have just great health products, clearly that have changed a couple of our girls that you just heard from their lives, and many thousands and thousands of more in our company. And so not only from a health standpoint, but like Sarah shared, from a financial standpoint as well. So again, get back with the person that invited you. It is only $34.95 to sign up. One of the very best decisions I have ever made in my entire life. It has changed my life. And you know, if you think about just the world, the 2 biggest issues that we have just going on in our world is health and finances. And I just encourage you to take a look at Plexus, because those are the 2 things that Plexus can help many people with. And it has helped many people with, as you've heard tonight. So again, don't forget to connect back with the person that invited you. This is Plexus. We are real stories of real life change, of healing, of restoration, of hope. And so we are so thankful that you guys joined us tonight. Thank you again, and have a great rest of your evening. We'll talk to you later.